Stop Overthinking, Master the Art of Letting Go, written and published by Stoic Ranger. Introduction. Overthinking, the silent storm that keeps us trapped in a relentless loop of doubts, fears, and endless what-ifs. It's the voice that whispers, "What if I fail? What if I make the wrong choice?" It sneaks into your quiet moments, robbing you of sleep, focus, and the joy of simply being present. It's exhausting, and it's a trap. But what if I told you there's a way out? That mastering the art of letting go isn't just possible, it's life-changing. Imagine silencing the storm and finding clarity, focus, and peace. Imagine living a life where you're no longer controlled by your thoughts, but in control of them. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This book is more than just advice. It's a blueprint for reclaiming your mental freedom. Today, we'll dive deep into the core lessons of Stop Overthinking, Master the Art of Letting Go. Together, we'll explore how to break free from the mental loops. Let go of what you cannot control and discover the true power of a clear and focused mind. So, settle in, take a deep breath, and get ready to embark on a transformative journey, one chapter at a time. Your freedom starts here. Chapter 1. Understanding the Overthinking Mind. Overthinking isn't something you're born with. It's a habit that forms over time, often without you even realizing it. It happens when the mind gets caught in a repetitive cycle of thoughts, analyzing and reanalyzing situations or decisions. This habit can make you feel stuck, like you're spinning in circles without ever moving forward. Imagine your mind as a cluttered desk, with papers and tasks piling up until you can't see the surface anymore. Overthinking creates mental clutter, making it harder to focus, relax, or find clarity. At its core, overthinking often stems from a desire for control or a fear of the unknown. The mind seeks to solve problems, even those that don't yet exist, because it wants to feel prepared for every possible outcome. This might sound helpful, but it quickly becomes overwhelming when the brain starts creating scenarios that are unlikely or completely out of your control. Overthinking can also be fueled by perfectionism, self-doubt, or past experiences where mistakes had negative consequences. The brain, trying to protect you, creates a loop of constant analysis to avoid repeating those experiences. Breaking this cycle starts with understanding how your mind works. Overthinking is often triggered by uncertainty or emotional discomfort, and the brain's natural reaction is to overanalyze as a way to find safety. However, this mechanism can backfire, leading to stress, indecision, and a sense of being mentally exhausted. Recognizing this pattern allows you to step back and see your thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, not reality. It's important to realize that overthinking is not an inherent part of who you are. It's simply a learned behavior, which means it can be unlearned. By identifying what triggers your overthinking, such as certain situations, people, or emotions, you can start to disrupt the cycle. Understanding these triggers gives you the power to respond differently, to take control of your thoughts rather than letting them control you. The journey to overcoming overthinking begins with this awareness. When you can identify the root causes, whether they stem from fear, perfectionism, or past trauma, you gain clarity. This clarity is the first step toward freeing your mind from its habitual patterns. You begin to realize that not every thought deserves your attention, and that you don't have to solve every problem in your head. With practice, you can train your mind to focus on the present moment, letting go of the mental clutter that holds you back. Chapter 2. Awareness is liberation. The first step to breaking free from the grip of overthinking is becoming aware of it. Awareness is like turning on a light in a dark room. It allows you to see what's really there, instead of letting fear or assumptions guide you. Overthinking often thrives because it operates unnoticed, blending into the background of your daily life. You may not even realize how much time and energy it consumes until you intentionally stop to observe your thoughts. Becoming aware doesn't mean stopping your thoughts entirely. That's impossible and unnecessary. Instead, it means learning to step back and observe them. Picture your thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. Instead of jumping in to grab each one, awareness teaches you to sit on the bank and watch them flow by. This perspective shift helps you understand that thoughts are just mental events, not facts or commands. Overthinking tends to feel automatic, but the truth is that it's a pattern you can interrupt. Awareness helps you catch yourself in the act, giving you the chance to choose a different response. For example, you might notice when your mind starts to spiral with what-if scenarios or replays past conversations on a loop. Instead of letting these thoughts take over, you can acknowledge them. I see I'm overthinking right now. This simple act of noticing creates space between you and your thoughts, which is incredibly powerful. Mindfulness is one of the best tools for cultivating this awareness. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, or simply pausing for a moment to check in with yourself can make a big difference. These techniques train your brain to focus on the present moment, rather than being dragged into the past or future by overthinking. You don't need to be perfect at mindfulness. What matters is that you start practicing. Even a few seconds of awareness can disrupt the overthinking loop. It's also helpful to become curious about your thoughts rather than judgmental. Often, people get frustrated when they realize how much they overthink, but this only adds more stress to the cycle. Instead, approach your thoughts with curiosity. Why am I thinking this right now? What am I feeling that might be driving these thoughts? This mindset helps you understand the deeper emotions behind your overthinking, whether it's fear, insecurity, or a need for control. The beauty of awareness is that it gives you the power of choice. When you notice your thoughts, you're no longer a prisoner to them. You become an observer. This shift can feel liberating because it reminds you that you are not your thoughts. Overthinking loses its grip when you stop feeding it with fear or resistance. Instead, you can focus on the things that truly matter, giving your mind the clarity and freedom it craves. Chapter 3. Break the loop with action. Overthinking thrives in the absence of action. It's like sitting in a parked car, endlessly debating which direction to go but never actually starting the engine. The longer you stay in this state, the harder it becomes to move forward. Action, no matter how small, is the antidote to overthinking because it shifts your focus from thinking to doing. When you take action, you disrupt the cycle and create momentum that pulls you out of the mental spiral. Overthinking often happens because your mind is searching for the perfect solution. You replay scenarios, weigh every possible outcome, and try to avoid mistakes at all costs. But the truth is, no decision is perfect, and waiting for perfection only keeps you stuck. Taking action doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It means you're willing to move forward despite uncertainty. Even the smallest step can provide clarity and help you gain confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes next. When you're caught in an overthinking loop, the key is to start small. Instead of trying to solve the entire problem at once, focus on the next step. For example, if you're overthinking a work project, ask yourself, what's one simple thing I can do right now to make progress? Maybe it's sending an email, writing a rough draft, or organizing your ideas. Taking even one small action breaks the inertia and gives your mind something tangible to focus on. Action also helps quiet your mind by redirecting your energy. When you're engaged in doing, there's less room for endless analysis. Think of it like stepping onto a treadmill. Once you start moving, your focus shifts from overthinking about exercise to actually doing it. Similarly, when you take action, your mind becomes occupied with the task at hand, reducing the space for unnecessary thoughts. It's important to embrace imperfection when taking action. Overthinking often comes from a fear of failure or making the wrong choice. But the reality is, no decision is set in stone. If something doesn't work out, you can adjust and try again. Mistakes are not the end of the road. They're opportunities to learn and grow. By shifting your mindset to view action as a process of discovery rather than a test of perfection, you free yourself from the paralysis of overthinking. Another powerful strategy is to set time limits for decisions. Overthinking loves open-ended timelines because it allows you to keep revisiting the same thoughts. Instead, give yourself a deadline. I'll decide on this by tomorrow, or I'll spend 10 minutes thinking about it, and then I'll act. This creates a sense of urgency and accountability, encouraging you to move forward rather than staying stuck. Taking action doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about breaking the cycle of hesitation and over-analysis by focusing on what you can do right now. Action isn't just about solving problems, it's about reclaiming control over your mind and proving to yourself that you can handle life's uncertainties. Each step you take builds confidence, clarity, and momentum, making it easier to let go of the overthinking loop. Chapter 4. Let go of what you can't control. Overthinking often stems from a deep-rooted desire to control every aspect of your life. The mind becomes consumed with trying to predict outcomes, prevent mistakes, or solve problems that might not even exist yet. While this need for control might seem like a way to avoid uncertainty, it often has the opposite effect. It creates stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being trapped in your own thoughts. Learning to let go of what you can't control is not about giving up. It's about freeing yourself from the mental burden of trying to manage the unmanageable. Life is unpredictable, and no amount of overthinking can change that. When you try to control every outcome, you end up in a constant state of mental tension, fearing the unknown, and preparing for every what-if scenario. But the truth is, most of what we overthink about is outside of our control. Other people's opinions, the past, future events, or random circumstances. Holding on to these things is like carrying a heavy bag of stones. You're weighed down for no reason. Letting go is the process of putting that bag down and choosing to focus on what truly matters. One of the first steps to letting go is identifying what you can and cannot control. Take a moment to reflect on a situation that's causing you stress. Ask yourself, what aspects of this are within my power to change? For example, you can't control how someone else will react, but you can control how you prepare for a conversation. You can't control the outcome of a job interview, but you can control how much effort you put into preparing for it. Shifting your focus to the things you can influence helps you redirect your energy from worrying to taking meaningful action. Acceptance is a powerful tool in letting go. It doesn't mean you have to like or agree with everything that happens. It means recognizing reality for what it is. Fighting against things you can't control only drains your energy and keeps you stuck in a cycle of frustration. When you accept that some things are simply beyond your influence, you create space for peace. This doesn't make you powerless, it makes you wise. Acceptance is about choosing to invest your energy where it will make the most impact. Another way to let go is to challenge the illusion of control. Often, overthinking tricks you into believing that if you analyze a situation enough, you can prevent bad things from happening. But life is filled with uncertainties, and trying to plan for every possible outcome is exhausting and futile. Instead, remind yourself that you've handled uncertainty before and you'll handle it again. Trust in your ability to adapt and let go of the need to predict every turn in the road. Letting go also involves releasing emotional attachments to past mistakes or regrets. Many people overthink because they're replaying old failures, wishing they had done things differently. But the past is unchangeable, and dwelling on it only keeps you anchored to pain. Forgiveness, whether it's forgiving yourself or someone else, is a powerful act of letting go. It doesn't erase what happened, but it allows you to move forward without carrying the weight of the past. Practice letting go through intentional actions like journaling or visualization. Write down your worries and then physically let them go. Tear up the paper, throw it away, or burn it safely. Visualization can also be helpful. Imagine your worries as balloons and picture yourself releasing them into the sky, watching them float away. These symbolic acts reinforce the mindset of release, helping your brain associate letting go with a sense of relief and freedom. Letting go of what you can't control is a skill that takes practice, but it's one of the most liberating things you can do for your mental health. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying unnecessary burdens. When you let go, you reclaim the energy and clarity to focus on what truly matters, the things within your control, the present moment, and the peace that comes from knowing you're doing your best. Chapter 5. Reframe negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are the fuel that keeps the engine of overthinking running. They can distort reality, amplify fears, and create a cycle of doubt and anxiety. Reframing these negative thoughts isn't about ignoring them or pretending they don't exist. It's about challenging their accuracy and shifting your perspective. When you learn to reframe negative thoughts, you gain the ability to see challenges and setbacks in a new light, turning them into opportunities for growth instead of obstacles. Negative thoughts often follow predictable patterns. They might take the form of catastrophic thinking, where you imagine the worst-case scenario for every situation. For example, missing a deadline might spiral into thoughts like, "I'll lose my job and I'll never recover." Or they might manifest as black-and-white thinking, where you see things as entirely good or bad, with no room for nuance. Identifying these patterns is the first step in reframing them. Once you recognize the type of thought you're having, you can start to question its validity. A powerful way to reframe negative thoughts is by asking yourself, is this thought true? Is there evidence to support it, or am I making assumptions? For instance, if you think, "I always mess everything up," pause and reflect. Is it true that you mess everything up? Or are you focusing on one mistake and ignoring your successes? Challenging the accuracy of your thoughts helps you break free from their grip and opens the door to a more balanced perspective. Another effective technique is to replace "what if" questions with "what else." Instead of asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" ask, "What else could happen?" This simple shift encourages you to consider positive or neutral outcomes rather than fixating on the negative. For example, instead of worrying, "What if I fail this presentation?" you might think, "What if this presentation helps me learn and grow, even if it doesn't go perfectly?" This reframing creates a mindset of curiosity and possibility rather than fear. Gratitude is another powerful tool for reframing negative thoughts. When you focus on what's going wrong, it's easy to overlook what's going right. Take a moment to reflect on the things you're grateful for, no matter how small they seem. Gratitude shifts your attention from what you lack to what you have, which can help you reframe even the most challenging situations. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm stuck in traffic and wasting time," you might think, "I have this time to listen to my favorite music or a podcast I enjoy." It's also important to treat yourself with kindness when reframing negative thoughts. Many people are their own harshest critics, holding themselves to impossible standards and berating themselves for every perceived failure. When negative thoughts arise, ask yourself, what would I say to a friend in this situation? Chances are, you'd be far more compassionate to someone else than you are to yourself. Practicing self-compassion allows you to counter negative thoughts with encouragement and understanding, rather than self-judgment. Visualization can help reinforce positive reframing. When a negative thought takes hold, visualize a stop sign in your mind, signaling you to pause. Then imagine replacing that thought with a positive or neutral one, like changing a cloudy sky to a clear one. This mental exercise helps you train your brain to recognize and shift negative thought patterns more easily over time. Reframing negative thoughts is not about denying reality or forcing optimism. It's about finding balance and looking at situations from a healthier, more constructive angle. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, helping you break free from the cycle of overthinking and see life's challenges as opportunities for growth. When you reframe your thoughts, you take back control of your mindset, empowering yourself to move forward with clarity and confidence. Chapter 6. The Power of Letting Go. Letting go is often misunderstood as a passive act, as though it means giving up or accepting defeat. But in reality, letting go is an act of courage and empowerment. It's the decision to release what is no longer serving you, whether it's a toxic thought pattern, an unproductive habit, or an unrealistic expectation. When you let go, you create space for peace, clarity, and growth in your life. It's not about losing control. It's about gaining freedom from the things that weigh you down. Holding on is a natural response to fear and uncertainty. You may cling to past mistakes, future worries, or the illusion of control because letting go feels risky. What if you let go and something worse happens? What if letting go means losing a part of yourself? These fears are valid but often exaggerated by overthinking. The truth is, holding on to what's out of your control only creates stress and drains your energy. Letting go, on the other hand, is about trusting that you have the strength and resilience to handle whatever comes next. A key part of letting go is understanding that not everything needs to be solved, fixed, or analyzed. Some situations are beyond your influence, and that's okay. Accepting this doesn't mean you're powerless. It means you're wise enough to focus on what you can change. For example, if you're worried about someone else's opinion of you, recognize that their thoughts are outside your control. Instead of trying to win their approval, focus on being true to yourself. Letting go of the need to control others' perceptions frees you to live authentically. Another important aspect of letting go is releasing emotional attachments to the past. Many people hold on to regrets, replaying old mistakes in their minds and wishing they had done things differently. But the past is unchangeable, and carrying it with you only creates emotional baggage. Forgiving yourself and others is a powerful act of letting go. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. It means freeing yourself from the grip of resentment and pain. It's about saying, I choose to move forward, not to stay stuck in the past. Letting go also involves releasing the fear of the unknown. Overthinking often stems from trying to predict or control the future, but life is inherently unpredictable. Instead of fearing the uncertainty, try to embrace it. Remind yourself that you've faced challenges before and found a way through. Trusting in your ability to adapt and grow allows you to approach the future with confidence rather than fear. Practical techniques can make the process of letting go easier. One powerful method is visualization. Imagine the thing you're holding on to, whether it's a worry, a regret, or a fear, as a heavy object you're carrying. Now picture yourself setting it down or releasing it into the wind. Feel the weight lifting off your shoulders. This mental exercise reinforces the idea that you don't have to carry everything with you. Journaling is another effective tool for letting go. Write down your worries, regrets, or fears, then physically let them go. Tear up the paper, burn it safely, or throw it away. The act of discarding your thoughts in this symbolic way can be surprisingly liberating. It helps reinforce the mindset that you have the power to release what no longer serves you. Letting go also requires patience and self-compassion. It's not something that happens overnight, and that's okay. Be gentle with yourself as you learn to release the things that hold you back. Celebrate small victories, like recognizing when you're holding on to a thought unnecessarily, or choosing to focus on the present moment instead of the past. Letting go is about creating space in your life for peace, clarity, and possibility. When you release the things you can't control or change, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means gaining the freedom to live fully in the present, unburdened by the weight of what's no longer yours to carry. Chapter 7. Cultivate emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to navigate life's ups and downs with strength, adaptability, and clarity. It doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that difficult situations don't affect you. Instead, it's about building the inner strength to process emotions in a healthy way and bounce back from challenges, no matter how hard they may seem. When you cultivate emotional resilience, you develop the tools to quiet your overthinking mind, manage stress, and approach life with a sense of balance and confidence. Overthinking often stems from emotional triggers: fear, self-doubt, frustration, or disappointment. Without resilience, these emotions can feel overwhelming, trapping you in cycles of rumination and making problems seem larger than they are. Emotional resilience equips you to face these emotions head-on, acknowledging them without letting them take control. It's the difference between being swept away by a storm and standing firm while it passes. One of the first steps in building emotional resilience is developing self-awareness. Pay attention to your emotional patterns. Do you tend to overthink after a failure, when facing uncertainty, or when you feel criticized? Understanding your triggers helps you recognize when your emotions are driving your thoughts. This awareness allows you to pause and respond intentionally, rather than reacting impulsively. For instance, if you notice you're overthinking because of a fear of failure, you can remind yourself that mistakes are opportunities for growth, not the end of the road. Another key aspect of emotional resilience is learning to regulate your emotions. This doesn't mean suppressing them. It means finding healthy ways to process and express them. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness meditation, or even a physical activity like walking or yoga can help calm your mind and body when emotions feel intense. Journaling is another powerful tool. It allows you to release your thoughts and feelings onto paper, creating a sense of relief and clarity. When you regulate your emotions, you regain control over your mind, reducing the power of overthinking. Perspective is also crucial for emotional resilience. Often overthinking magnifies problems, making them feel insurmountable. Resilient people learn to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? This simple question can help you put your worries into perspective, reminding you that most problems are temporary and manageable. By focusing on the long-term view, you can approach challenges with a calmer, more grounded mindset. Resilient people also embrace the idea of imperfection. Overthinking often comes from a fear of making mistakes or not meeting certain standards. But life is messy, and perfection is an unrealistic goal. Emotional resilience involves accepting that mistakes are part of growth and that setbacks are opportunities to learn. When you stop striving for perfection, you free yourself from the mental burden of trying to control everything. Instead, you focus on doing your best and adapting as needed. Building a strong support system is another cornerstone of emotional resilience. You don't have to face challenges alone. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with trusted friends, family, or mentors can provide valuable perspective and emotional relief. Sometimes, simply talking things through helps you realize that your worries aren't as overwhelming as they seemed. Resilient people know the value of connection and are willing to ask for help when they need it. Gratitude is a powerful practice for fostering emotional resilience. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it shifts your attention away from what's lacking or going wrong. Take time each day to reflect on something positive, no matter how small. A kind gesture, a moment of laughter, or even the fact that you made it through a tough day. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice the good in your life, helping you build a more optimistic and resilient outlook. Another way to strengthen emotional resilience is to reframe challenges as opportunities. Instead of viewing difficulties as obstacles, try to see them as experiences that can help you grow. For example, a tough conversation at work might teach you better communication skills, or a personal setback might help you discover new strengths. This shift in mindset reduces the tendency to overthink challenges and helps you approach them with a sense of curiosity and determination. Self-compassion is at the heart of emotional resilience. Be kind to yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. Instead of beating yourself up for a mistake, treat yourself as you would a close friend. Offer understanding, encouragement, and patience. Self-compassion doesn't just make you feel better. It gives you the emotional strength to keep moving forward, even in the face of difficulties. Emotional resilience is not something you're born with. It's a skill you can build through practice and intention. The more resilient you become, the less power overthinking will have over your life. You'll learn to trust yourself, face challenges with courage, and bounce back from setbacks with grace. Resilience doesn't eliminate life's difficulties, but it equips you to handle them with strength and clarity, giving you the freedom to live more fully and confidently. Chapter 8. Create a mindfulness routine. Mindfulness is one of the most powerful tools for quieting the overthinking mind and reclaiming your mental peace. At its core, mindfulness is the practice of bringing your full attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about focusing on what's happening now, not what has already happened or what might happen in the future. Overthinking pulls you away from the present, trapping you in endless loops of regret, worry, or what-if scenarios. A consistent mindfulness routine helps you break free from this cycle, teaching you to anchor yourself in the here and now. Creating a mindfulness routine doesn't require a major life overhaul. It's not about spending hours meditating in silence, unless you want to. It's about integrating small, intentional practices into your daily life that help you stay connected to the present moment. The beauty of mindfulness is that it can be practiced anywhere and at any time. Even a few minutes of mindfulness each day can have a profound impact on your ability to manage stress, calm your mind, and reduce overthinking. A great way to begin your mindfulness routine is with simple breathing exercises. Overthinking often goes hand in hand with shallow or rapid breathing, which signals your body that you're in a state of stress. Deep, intentional breathing can interrupt this response and bring you back to a state of calm. Start by taking a few slow, deep breaths, inhaling through your nose for a count of 4, holding for 4, and exhaling through your mouth for a count of 6. Focus your attention on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. This simple exercise can be done in less than a minute. yet it's incredibly effective at calming a racing mind. Another powerful mindfulness practice is body scanning. This involves mentally scanning your body from head to toe, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. As you focus on each part of your body, take a moment to relax it and release any tightness you feel. This exercise not only grounds you in the present moment, but also helps you reconnect with your physical self, which can be a welcome break from being trapped in your thoughts. Incorporating mindful moments into your daily activities is another effective way to build your routine. You don't need to set aside a specific time or place to practice mindfulness. You can do it while washing the dishes, taking a walk, or drinking your morning coffee. For example, when washing the dishes, focus on the sensation of the water, the sound of the bubbles, and the texture of the plate. By fully engaging your senses, you bring yourself into the present moment and quiet the mental chatter. Journaling is another excellent tool for mindfulness. Set aside a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts, feelings, and reflections. This practice helps you process emotions, organize your thoughts, and let go of worries that might otherwise linger in your mind. Try starting your journal entries with prompts like, "What am I feeling right now?" or "What am I grateful for today?" Writing is a mindful act in itself, as it requires you to slow down and focus on the task at hand. Guided meditations can also be a valuable addition to your mindfulness routine, especially if you're new to the practice. There are countless apps, videos, and audio recordings available that can guide you through mindfulness exercises step by step. These sessions might include visualizations, affirmations, or focused breathing techniques. Guided meditations are especially helpful for those who find it difficult to sit still or quiet their mind on their own. Mindfulness is not just about formal practices. It's a way of living. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity and acceptance toward your thoughts and experiences. For example, if you catch yourself overthinking instead of getting frustrated, acknowledge the thought with curiosity. "That's interesting. I'm worrying about this again. What might be causing that?" This non-judgmental awareness helps you break the cycle of overthinking without adding more stress or self-criticism. Creating a mindfulness routine also involves setting realistic expectations. You don't need to master mindfulness overnight or practice perfectly every day. Even small, consistent efforts make a difference. Start with just a few minutes a day and gradually increase the time as you feel comfortable. The key is consistency. Like any habit, mindfulness becomes more natural with regular practice. Another important aspect of a mindfulness routine is practicing gratitude. Each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice shifts your focus from what's wrong or missing in your life to what's positive and present. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice and appreciate the good, which can significantly reduce the tendency to overthink or dwell on negative thoughts. Remember that mindfulness is not about achieving a perfect state of calm. It's about learning to be present with whatever is happening, even if your mind is busy or emotions are running high. Over time, mindfulness helps you develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace. By creating a mindfulness routine, you're not just reducing overthinking, you're building a foundation for a more balanced and fulfilling life. Chapter 9. Embrace the present moment. Overthinking thrives when your mind is stuck in the past or fixated on the future. The regrets of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow create a mental loop that pulls you away from the only moment you truly have control over, the present. Embracing the present moment is the antidote to overthinking. It's about grounding yourself in the here and now, fully experiencing life as it unfolds, and letting go of the mental chatter that keeps you from living fully. The present moment is where life happens, yet many of us spend little time truly being in it. Instead, we replay past mistakes, worrying about what we could have done differently, or we anticipate future problems, trying to solve them before they even occur. This constant mental time travel creates stress and anxiety, robbing us of the peace and clarity that come from simply being present. By learning to embrace the present moment, you can quiet your mind, reduce overthinking, and connect with a sense of calm and purpose. To embrace the present, start by bringing your attention to your senses. Your senses are always in the present moment. They don't dwell on the past or worry about the future. Take a moment to notice what you see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. For example, if you're sitting outside, focus on the sound of the wind in the trees, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the scent of flowers nearby. By tuning into your senses, you anchor yourself in the now and create space for mindfulness. Another powerful technique for staying present is deep breathing. When you find yourself caught in overthinking, pause and take a few slow, deep breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Breathing deeply not only calms your nervous system, but also shifts your focus away from your thoughts and into the present. Even a few moments of conscious breathing can make a significant difference in breaking the cycle of overthinking. Practicing gratitude is another effective way to connect with the present. When you focus on what you're grateful for in the moment, you redirect your energy from what's missing or uncertain to what's good and real. For example, if you're drinking a cup of tea, take a moment to appreciate its warmth, taste, and the sense of comfort it brings. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy and helps you develop a mindset that naturally dwells in the present. One of the challenges of embracing the present is the mind's tendency to wander. It's normal for thoughts to drift back to the past or leap ahead to the future. Instead of fighting these thoughts or judging yourself for having them, gently guide your attention back to the present. Imagine your thoughts as clouds passing through the sky. Notice them, but let them float by without clinging to them. This practice, often called mental redirection, helps you stay present without becoming frustrated by your wandering mind. Engaging in activities that require focus and immersion is another way to practice being present. Whether it's painting, cooking, gardening, or even cleaning, choose an activity that allows you to fully engage with the task at hand. When your mind is focused on creating, doing, or solving something in real time, there's little room for overthinking. These moments of flow are powerful reminders of the peace that comes from being fully present. Embracing the present moment also involves letting go of perfectionism. Overthinking often stems from a desire to make everything perfect or avoid mistakes. The reality is, life is imperfect, and that's okay. Instead of trying to control every detail, focus on doing your best in the moment. Trust that each step you take is enough. When you stop striving for perfection, you free yourself to experience life as it is, rather than as you think it should be. Meditation is a particularly effective way to deepen your connection to the present. Even a short daily practice can help train your brain to focus on the now. Start by sitting quietly for a few minutes and observing your breath. When your mind wanders, which it will, gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay present and reduces the grip of overthinking. Another way to embrace the present is by practicing acceptance. Life isn't always easy or pleasant, and the present moment isn't always perfect. Acceptance means acknowledging what is happening without resistance or judgment. For example, if you're feeling stressed, instead of overthinking why you feel this way or trying to push the feeling away, simply notice it. I feel stressed right now. Acceptance doesn't mean you like or agree with what's happening. It means you're choosing to face reality with openness and courage. This mindset helps you deal with challenges more calmly and effectively. Remind yourself that the present moment is all you truly have. The past is gone, and the future isn't guaranteed. Every moment you spend overthinking is a moment lost. Instead, choose to be fully engaged in the here and now. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, a walk in nature, or simply sitting quietly, savor the richness of the present moment. The more you practice this, the more you'll realize that peace isn't something you find. It's something you create by being fully present. By embracing the present moment, you reclaim your life from the grip of overthinking. You learn to focus on what matters, let go of what doesn't, and find joy in the simplicity of the now. Living in the present doesn't mean ignoring the past or avoiding the future. It means trusting that you have everything you need right here, right now. Chapter 10. Trust the process of life. Overthinking often stems from a lack of trust in yourself, in others, and in the process of life itself. You may feel the need to control every detail, predict every outcome, and prepare for every possible scenario. But the truth is, life is unpredictable, and no amount of overthinking can guarantee certainty. Trusting the process of life means embracing this uncertainty and believing in your ability to adapt, grow, and thrive no matter what comes your way. It's about surrendering the need for total control and finding peace in the flow of life. Trust begins with yourself. Overthinking thrives on self-doubt, making you question your decisions, abilities, and worth. To overcome this, remind yourself of your past successes and the challenges you've already navigated. Reflect on the times when things didn't go as planned, but still worked out in the end. These experiences are evidence of your resilience and resourcefulness. Trusting yourself means believing that you can handle whatever life throws at you, even if you don't have all the answers right now. Letting go of the need for certainty is a key part of trusting the process. Overthinking often arises from trying to control the uncontrollable, like future outcomes or other people's actions. But life is full of unknowns, and that's what makes it dynamic and full of possibilities. Instead of fearing the unknown, try to see it as an opportunity for growth and discovery. When you trust the process, you shift your focus from trying to predict every outcome to embracing the journey, knowing that each step will reveal what you need to know. Another way to build trust in the process is to reframe setbacks and challenges as stepping stones. Life doesn't always go according to plan, but that doesn't mean it's going wrong. Sometimes what feels like a detour is actually leading you to something better. For example, a failed relationship might teach you about your needs and boundaries, or a career setback might push you toward an opportunity you hadn't considered. Trusting the process means believing that even when things seem difficult, they're working out for your highest good. Practicing gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating trust. When you focus on what you already have and appreciate the good in your life, it's easier to trust that more good things are on their way. Gratitude helps you shift your mindset from scarcity and fear to abundance and faith. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for, whether it's something as small as a kind word from a friend or as significant as your health and well-being. This practice reinforces your belief that life is unfolding as it should. Learning to trust the timing of your life is another important aspect of this process. Overthinking often comes from impatience, wanting answers, results, or changes to happen immediately. But growth and progress take time. Trusting the process means accepting that everything happens in its own time. Just as seeds take time to grow into flowers, your dreams, goals, and personal growth require patience and nurturing. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be, and that the timing of your life is perfect, even if it doesn't match your expectations. Faith plays a significant role in trusting the process, whether it's faith in a higher power, the universe, or simply the belief that things will work out. Having faith helps you let go of overthinking and embrace life with a sense of peace. Faith doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means facing them with the confidence that they have a purpose and that you'll emerge stronger on the other side. It's about trusting that the dots of your life will connect, even if you can't see how just yet. Building a mindset of trust also involves embracing impermanence. Life is constantly changing, and nothing stays the same forever. Overthinking often comes from clinging to what's familiar or fearing what might change. But when you trust the process, you recognize that change is natural and necessary for growth. Embracing impermanence allows you to let go of what no longer serves you and welcome new opportunities with an open heart. Visualization can help reinforce your trust in the process. Imagine your life as a river flowing naturally toward its destination. Instead of fighting the current or trying to control its direction, visualize yourself floating peacefully, trusting that the river knows where it's going. This mental exercise reminds you that life flows more smoothly when you surrender to its rhythm rather than resisting it. Trust the process by practicing self-compassion. Overthinking often involves being hard on yourself for not having all the answers or making mistakes. But life isn't about perfection. It's about learning and growing. Treat yourself with kindness and patience, especially when things don't go as planned. Trust that you're doing your best and that it's enough. Trusting the process of life doesn't mean you stop planning or striving for your goals. It means you approach life with a sense of balance, taking action while letting go of the need to control every outcome. It's about finding peace in the uncertainty and believing that everything is unfolding as it should. When you trust the process, you free yourself from the grip of overthinking and open yourself to the beauty, growth, and opportunities that life has to offer. Chapter 11. Align your life with your value. Overthinking often arises when your life feels out of alignment with your core values, those principles and beliefs that define what truly matters to you. When your actions and decisions stray from these values, it creates internal conflict, leading to doubt, second-guessing, and over-analyzing every choice. Aligning your life with your values is like creating a compass that guides you through uncertainty, helping you make decisions with confidence and clarity. It reduces overthinking by giving you a solid foundation for your choices, rooted in what truly matters to you. The first step in aligning your life with your values is identifying what those values are. Many people overthink because they're trying to live up to someone else's expectations, whether it's societal standards, family pressure, or the opinions of friends. Take time to reflect on what's most important to you. What do you stand for? What brings you joy and fulfillment? Is it kindness, integrity, growth, family, creativity, or something else? Write down your top values and use them as a lens through which you evaluate your decisions and actions. When you know your values, they act as a filter to simplify your choices. Instead of overthinking every option, ask yourself, does this align with my values? For example, if one of your core values is honesty, you won't need to agonize over whether to tell the truth in a tough situation. The answer becomes clear. If growth is one of your values, you can approach challenges with the mindset that they are opportunities to learn and evolve. This clarity reduces the mental clutter that fuels overthinking. Living in alignment with your values also means setting boundaries. Overthinking often happens when you say yes to things that don't align with what's important to you. This might include overcommitting to responsibilities, pleasing others at the expense of your own well-being, or pursuing goals that aren't meaningful to you. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, and it frees you from the mental turmoil of trying to do it all. When your choices reflect your values, you feel a sense of peace and authenticity. Aligning with your values also requires letting go of perfectionism. Overthinking thrives when you're constantly striving to be perfect or meet unrealistic standards. But living according to your values isn't about being flawless. It's about being true to yourself. Embrace the idea that you're a work in progress and that aligning with your values is a journey, not a destination. Each small step you take toward living authentically strengthens your confidence and reduces the grip of overthinking. One powerful way to align your life with your values is through intentional goal setting. When your goals reflect your core values, they become more meaningful and motivating. For example, if family is a top value, set goals that prioritize spending quality time with loved ones. If personal growth is important, create goals that challenge you to learn new skills or step out of your comfort zone. When your goals are rooted in your values, they guide your actions with purpose, leaving less room for doubt and hesitation. Mindfulness can help you stay connected to your values in your daily life. Regularly check in with yourself and ask, "Am I living in alignment with what matters most to me?" This self-reflection helps you course-correct when needed and reinforces your commitment to your values. Journaling can be a valuable tool for this practice. Write about how your actions reflect your values and where you might want to make adjustments. This ongoing awareness keeps you grounded and focused. Living according to your values also fosters resilience. When life throws challenges your way, your values act as an anchor, helping you stay steady in the face of uncertainty. For instance, if generosity is one of your values, you might find fulfillment in helping others, even during difficult times. When you align with your values, you feel a deeper sense of purpose and meaning, which helps you navigate challenges without becoming consumed by overthinking. It's important to remember that aligning with your values doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes or face doubt. Life is complex, and sometimes choices won't be clear-cut. But when you're guided by your values, even difficult decisions become more manageable. You can move forward with confidence, knowing you're acting in a way that feels right for you. Aligning your life with your values is about creating harmony between who you are and how you live. It's about making choices that reflect your authentic self, rather than trying to fit into someone else's mold. When your actions align with your values, you experience a sense of fulfillment and peace that naturally quiets the overthinking mind. You're no longer stuck in a cycle of questioning every decision. You're living with purpose, clarity, and confidence. Chapter 12. Cultivate inner peace. At the heart of overthinking is a restless mind, constantly searching for answers, certainty, or control. This mental noise can leave you feeling drained, anxious, and disconnected from yourself and the world around you. Cultivating inner peace is the key to breaking free from this cycle. Inner peace isn't about eliminating challenges or avoiding negative emotions. It's about finding calm and stability within yourself, no matter what's happening around you. It's the foundation that helps you navigate life with clarity, balance, and grace. Inner peace begins with acceptance. Overthinking often arises from resisting reality, wishing things were different, replaying the past, or worrying about the future. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or agreeing with everything that happens. It means acknowledging what is without judgment. When you accept your current circumstances, emotions, or thoughts, you free yourself from the struggle of trying to control what's beyond your power. For example, if you're feeling anxious, instead of overthinking why you feel this way or trying to push it away, simply acknowledge, "I feel anxious right now." This simple act of acceptance creates space for peace to emerge. A daily practice of mindfulness is one of the most effective ways to cultivate inner peace. Mindfulness teaches you to focus on the present moment, rather than being pulled into the past or future by overthinking. Start by setting aside just a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Over time, this practice helps you build a calm and steady mind, reducing the power of overthinking. Gratitude is another powerful tool for inner peace. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. It could be the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter, or a meaningful connection with someone you care about. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice the positive, fostering a sense of peace and contentment. Letting go is also essential for inner peace. Overthinking often stems from holding on to things that no longer serve you, whether it's a past mistake, a toxic relationship, or unrealistic expectations. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring these things. It means releasing their hold on you. Imagine your worries as heavy bags you've been carrying. Visualize yourself setting them down and walking away, lighter and freer. This mental exercise helps you create emotional space for peace to flourish. Boundaries are another cornerstone of inner peace. Overthinking can be triggered by overcommitting, saying yes when you mean no, or taking on responsibilities that aren't yours. Learning to set healthy boundaries allows you to protect your energy and focus on what truly matters to you. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out. They're about creating space for your well-being. When you honor your needs, you cultivate an environment where inner peace can grow. Another way to foster inner peace is through self-compassion. Overthinking often involves harsh self-criticism, replaying mistakes, and questioning your worth. Practicing self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a close friend. When you make a mistake, instead of beating yourself up, remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that it's part of being human. Speak to yourself with encouragement and patience. Self-compassion quiets the inner critic, replacing it with a voice of support and peace. Spending time in nature is another powerful way to connect with inner peace. Nature has a way of grounding us, reminding us of life's simplicity and beauty. Whether it's a walk in the park, sitting by a river, or simply gazing at the sky, being in nature helps you quiet your mind and reconnect with a sense of calm. Pay attention to the sounds, sights, and sensations around you. This mindfulness in nature naturally brings you into the present moment where peace resides. Building inner peace also involves simplifying your life. Overthinking thrives in chaos. Too many commitments, too much clutter, or an overloaded schedule. Take time to declutter your environment and streamline your daily routines. Prioritize what's truly important and let go of the rest. A simpler life creates room for stillness and clarity, making it easier to cultivate peace within. Remember that inner peace is a practice, not a destination. It's not something you achieve once and for all. It's something you cultivate every day through small, intentional actions. Be patient with yourself and recognize that it's okay to have moments of restlessness or doubt. Inner peace doesn't mean you'll never feel stress or worry. It means you'll have the tools and mindset to navigate those moments with grace. When you cultivate inner peace, you create a sanctuary within yourself that no external circumstance can disturb. You learn to quiet the overthinking mind, embrace the present moment, and live with a sense of balance and harmony. Inner peace is your foundation for a life of clarity, confidence, and fulfillment, a life where overthinking no longer holds you back. Chapter 13. build a growth mindset. Overthinking often stems from a fixed mindset, the belief that your abilities, intelligence, or circumstances are set in stone. When you view challenges as threats and mistakes as failures, your mind can spiral into endless worry and self-doubt. A growth mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that you can learn, grow, and adapt through effort and experience. Building a growth mindset transforms the way you approach life, shifting your focus from fear of failure to excitement about learning and progress. It's one of the most effective ways to quiet overthinking and embrace life's uncertainties. A growth mindset begins with the understanding that challenges are opportunities for growth. Overthinking often arises when you fear making the wrong choice or encountering difficulty. But with a growth mindset, challenges are no longer something to avoid, they're something to embrace. Every challenge, big or small, is a chance to stretch your abilities and learn something new. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This shift in perspective helps you move forward with curiosity and confidence, rather than fear and hesitation. One key aspect of a growth mindset is reframing failure. In a fixed mindset, failure feels like proof that you're not good enough or capable. In a growth mindset, failure is simply feedback. It's a natural part of the learning process. Think about a time you tried something new and didn't succeed right away. Did you give up, or did you adjust and try again? Building a growth mindset means viewing setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Each mistake teaches you something valuable, making you stronger and more resilient. Overthinking often comes from perfectionism, the need to get everything right the first time. A growth mindset challenges this by encouraging progress over perfection. Instead of striving for flawless results, focus on incremental improvements. For example, if you're learning a new skill, celebrate small milestones along the way, rather than fixating on how far you have to go. When you focus on growth, you free yourself from the pressure of needing to be perfect, which naturally quiets the overthinking mind. A powerful way to cultivate a growth mindset is by replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. Do you often think, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough"? These fixed beliefs keep you stuck in a cycle of doubt and overthinking. Challenge these thoughts by asking, "What evidence do I have that this is true? What if the opposite is true?" For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never be good at public speaking," reframe it as, "I can improve my speaking skills with practice and feedback." Over time, this practice rewires your brain to approach challenges with optimism and self-belief. Adopting a not-yet mindset is another powerful tool for building a growth mindset. When you face a challenge or setback, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can't do this yet." The word "yet" shifts your perspective from a fixed endpoint to a journey of progress. It reminds you that your abilities are not static, they're constantly evolving. This small but powerful shift can help you approach obstacles with patience and determination, reducing the tendency to overthink or give up prematurely. Surrounding yourself with a supportive environment is also crucial for cultivating a growth mindset. Overthinking can be fueled by negativity or comparison, especially if you're surrounded by people who focus on limitations rather than possibilities. Seek out relationships, mentors, or communities that encourage growth and celebrate effort over outcomes. Being around positive, growth-oriented individuals reinforces your own belief in your ability to learn and succeed. Gratitude and reflection are valuable practices for building a growth mindset. Take time to reflect on your progress and appreciate how far you've come, even if the journey hasn't been perfect. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you've gained, fostering a sense of accomplishment and motivation. Reflect on challenges you've overcome and the lessons you've learned. They're evidence of your capacity to grow and adapt. A growth mindset also involves embracing flexibility and adaptability. Overthinking often comes from rigid expectations, believing that there's only one right way to achieve your goals. When things don't go as planned, it's easy to spiral into frustration or self-doubt. A growth mindset encourages you to see change and uncertainty as opportunities to pivot and explore new paths. Instead of fearing the unknown, trust that each experience, even unexpected ones, contributes to your growth. Practice patience with yourself. Growth takes time, and setbacks are inevitable. Building a growth mindset isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about showing up, learning, and moving forward, even when progress feels slow. Be kind to yourself in moments of struggle, and remind yourself that growth is a lifelong journey, not a destination. By cultivating a growth mindset, you create a mental environment that thrives on possibility, progress, and resilience. Overthinking loses its grip when you focus on learning rather than fearing failure. You gain the confidence to take risks, face challenges, and embrace life's uncertainties with an open heart. With a growth mindset, you transform not only the way you think, but also the way you live, moving from a place of doubt and hesitation to one of courage and limitless potential. Chapter 14. Develop emotional detachment. Overthinking often stems from becoming overly attached to specific outcomes, situations, or the opinions of others. When you're emotionally entangled in something, your mind struggles to let go, analyzing every detail and imagining every possible scenario. Developing emotional detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means creating enough distance from your emotions to approach situations with clarity, balance, and peace. It's about learning to care deeply without being consumed by the outcomes, freeing you from the mental loops that keep you stuck in overthinking. Emotional detachment starts with recognizing what you can and cannot control. Overthinking often happens because you're trying to control something beyond your influence, like another person's actions or how a situation will unfold. Detachment involves acknowledging these limits and focusing on what you can control, your own thoughts, actions, and reactions. By shifting your energy to what's within your power, you reduce the frustration and anxiety that come from clinging to the uncontrollable. A powerful tool for developing emotional detachment is practicing mindfulness. Overthinking pulls you into the past or future, while mindfulness anchors you in the present. When you notice your mind spiraling into worry or doubt, pause and bring your attention to your breath, body, or surroundings. For example, if you're overthinking a conversation, focus on the sensations of the chair you're sitting in or the rhythm of your breathing. This practice helps you step back from your thoughts and view them as passing events, rather than absolute truths. Another key aspect of emotional detachment is learning to separate your identity from external outcomes. Overthinking often arises when you tie your self-worth to success, approval, or perfection. For instance, if you believe your value depends on achieving a specific goal, any obstacle can trigger a flood of doubts and fears. Detachment involves understanding that your worth is not determined by external factors. It comes from within. Remind yourself that you are enough, regardless of outcomes or the opinions of others. Setting boundaries is crucial for emotional detachment. Overthinking can be fueled by being overly invested in others' problems or allowing their emotions to dictate your own. While empathy is a strength, it's important to set limits to protect your mental well-being. For example, if a friend is going through a tough time, offer support without taking on their emotional burden as your own. Boundaries create space for you to care without losing yourself in the process. Releasing expectations is another powerful way to cultivate emotional detachment. Overthinking often stems from rigid expectations about how things should be. When reality doesn't match these expectations, your mind goes into overdrive, trying to analyze or fix the situation. Detachment means approaching life with flexibility and openness. Instead of fixating on one specific outcome, remind yourself that life is full of possibilities. This mindset helps you navigate challenges with ease, reducing the need to overthink or control. Emotional detachment also involves letting go of the fear of failure. Many people overthink because they're terrified of making mistakes or falling short of their goals. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Detachment allows you to view failure as a learning opportunity rather than a personal flaw. When you release your fear of failure, you free yourself to take risks, explore new paths, and grow without the mental weight of constant self-criticism. Visualization can help reinforce emotional detachment. Imagine your worries or attachments as heavy ropes tied around you. Picture yourself cutting these ropes one by one, feeling lighter and freer with each release. Visualizing detachment in this way creates a mental shift, helping you let go of what no longer serves you. Cultivating gratitude is another effective practice for emotional detachment. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack or fear losing to what you already have. When you're grateful for the present moment, you're less likely to cling to specific outcomes or obsess over what-ifs. Take time each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, whether it's your health, relationships, or small moments of joy. Gratitude fosters a sense of abundance and contentment, making it easier to detach from unnecessary worries. Practice self-compassion as you develop emotional detachment. Letting go isn't always easy, and it's normal to struggle with feelings of attachment, worry, or fear. Be kind to yourself as you navigate these emotions. Remind yourself that detachment is a process, not a one-time decision. Each small step you take toward letting go strengthens your ability to approach life with calm and clarity. Emotional detachment is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about finding balance. It allows you to care deeply while maintaining your inner peace. When you cultivate detachment, you free yourself from the grip of overthinking, allowing you to approach life's challenges with a sense of calm and resilience. Instead of being consumed by what you can't control, you create space to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your values, and the present moment. Emotional detachment is the path to living with intention and freedom, unburdened by the constant pull of overthinking. Chapter 15. Find freedom through forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful act that frees your mind from the chains of overthinking, resentment, and emotional pain. When you hold on to grudges or replay past mistakes, your mind becomes stuck in a loop of anger, regret, or guilt. This mental and emotional burden can weigh heavily, fueling overthinking and preventing you from moving forward. Finding freedom through forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful actions or forgetting what happened. It's about releasing the emotional hold those events have on you. It's a gift you give yourself, allowing you to find peace and let go. Forgiveness starts with a willingness to acknowledge your pain. Many people overthink because they suppress their emotions, hoping the pain will disappear on its own. But unacknowledged pain festers, showing up as overthinking, anxiety, or bitterness. Take time to reflect on what's causing your inner turmoil. Is it a hurtful comment someone made, a betrayal, or a mistake you made yourself? Naming the source of your pain is the first step toward letting it go. Self-forgiveness is an essential part of this process. Overthinking often stems from being overly critical of yourself, replaying past mistakes, or holding yourself to impossible standards. You might find yourself thinking, "If only I had done things differently," or "I should have known better." These thoughts can spiral into self-blame and prevent you from moving on. Forgiving yourself means recognizing that you're human, that everyone makes mistakes, and that those mistakes don't define your worth. It's about learning from the past, not being trapped by it. One effective way to practice self-forgiveness is through self-compassion. When you catch yourself ruminating on a mistake, pause and ask, "What would I say to a friend in this situation?" Chances are you'd offer them understanding and encouragement, not harsh criticism. Extend that same kindness to yourself. Remind yourself that you're doing the best you can with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Self-forgiveness is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from the guilt and shame that keep you stuck in overthinking. Forgiving others is equally important. Holding on to resentment towards someone who hurt you can create a mental and emotional prison. You might replay the situation in your mind, thinking about what you wish you had said or done, or fantasizing about getting even. But the truth is, holding on to resentment doesn't harm the other person. It harms you. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone their actions or let them back into your life if they're toxic. It simply means you're choosing to release the emotional burden they've left behind. To forgive someone else, start by acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt, angry, or betrayed. Write down what happened, how it made you feel, and how it's affected you. This process helps you externalize your emotions rather than letting them swirl around in your mind. Then reflect on what forgiveness means to you. It's not about erasing the past. It's about reclaiming your peace in the present. You might say to yourself, "I release this person and the power they've had over my thoughts and emotions. I choose to move forward." Visualization can also be a powerful tool for forgiveness. Imagine the person or situation that's been causing you pain. Picture yourself cutting the cords that tie you to them, watching those cords fall away. Visualize yourself walking away, lighter and freer with each step. This mental exercise helps reinforce the emotional release that forgiveness brings. Gratitude can play a surprising role in forgiveness. While it might seem counterintuitive, finding something to be grateful for in a difficult experience can help shift your perspective. For example, if someone's actions hurt you, reflect on how the experience helped you grow stronger, wiser, or more compassionate. Gratitude doesn't justify what happened, but it helps you focus on the lessons and growth that came from it, rather than the pain. Forgiveness is also about setting boundaries. If someone has repeatedly hurt you, forgiveness doesn't mean allowing them to continue their behavior. It's possible to forgive while also protecting yourself from further harm. Boundaries are a way to honor your needs and values while letting go of the anger or resentment that overthinking creates. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event. It's normal for old feelings to resurface, especially if the wound is deep. Be patient with yourself and recognize that forgiveness takes time. Each time you choose to release anger, guilt, or resentment, you're taking a step toward freedom and inner peace. When you embrace forgiveness, whether it's forgiving yourself or someone else, you free your mind from the grip of overthinking. You reclaim your energy, focus, and emotional well-being, allowing yourself to move forward with clarity and peace. Forgiveness is not about erasing the past. It's about finding freedom in the present. It's a gift you give yourself, a powerful act of letting go that clears the path to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Chapter 16. Build resilience through acceptance. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges, adapt to adversity, and move forward with strength and confidence. One of the most powerful ways to build resilience is through acceptance, the practice of embracing reality as it is without resistance or denial. Overthinking often arises when you struggle to accept circumstances you can't change. By cultivating acceptance, you free your mind from the mental tug-of-war of what-ifs and should-haves, allowing you to focus your energy on what you can control and move forward with grace. Acceptance begins with acknowledging reality. Life is full of uncertainties, setbacks, and imperfections, and resisting these truths only creates stress and frustration. For example, if you're facing a difficult situation, overthinking might lead you to dwell on why it happened or how it could have been avoided. Acceptance, on the other hand, means recognizing that what's done is done. It's about saying, "This is my reality right now. What can I do with it?" This shift in perspective helps you stop wasting energy on resistance and start focusing on solutions. A powerful way to practice acceptance is to separate your emotions from the facts of a situation. Overthinking often blurs the line between what's real and what you fear or imagine. For instance, if you didn't get a job you applied for, you might start thinking, "I'll never succeed," or "I'm not good enough." Acceptance involves looking at the situation objectively. I didn't get this job, but that doesn't define my worth or limit my future opportunities. By focusing on the facts, you can let go of emotional distortions and approach challenges with clarity. Mindfulness is a valuable tool for cultivating acceptance. When you're caught in overthinking, pause and bring your attention to the present moment. Notice your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. For example, if you're feeling anxious about a situation, observe your anxiety with curiosity. I'm feeling tension in my chest and a tightness in my stomach. This practice helps you acknowledge your emotions without being consumed by them, creating space for acceptance to grow. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It's about acknowledging what's outside your control while taking proactive steps toward what you can influence. For example, if a project at work didn't go as planned, acceptance doesn't mean ignoring the problem. It means recognizing what happened, learning from it, and moving forward with a plan of action. Acceptance is about making peace with reality so you can focus on growth and progress rather than getting stuck in overthinking and regret. Letting go of perfectionism is another key aspect of acceptance. Overthinking often stems from trying to meet impossible standards or control every detail. Acceptance involves embracing the messiness of life and recognizing that imperfection is not failure, it's part of being human. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on doing your best and celebrating progress. This mindset helps you release the mental pressure that fuels overthinking and opens the door to resilience. Practicing gratitude can also foster acceptance. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong or missing to what's good and present. Even in difficult situations, there's often something to be grateful for, a lesson learned, a supportive friend, or simply the strength to keep going. By finding gratitude in the midst of challenges, you cultivate a mindset of acceptance and resilience, helping you move forward with a sense of peace and purpose. Visualization is a helpful technique for building resilience through acceptance. Imagine yourself as a tree in a storm. The wind might bend your branches, but your roots remain strong and grounded. This mental image reminds you that while challenges can be uncomfortable, they don't have to uproot you. You have the strength to adapt, endure, and grow, even in the face of difficulty. Acceptance also involves trusting the process of life. Overthinking often comes from wanting to control outcomes or predict the future. Acceptance means letting go of the need for certainty and trusting that things will unfold as they should. This doesn't mean everything will be easy or perfect. It means believing in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. Trusting the process allows you to face uncertainty with confidence rather than fear. Acceptance requires patience and self-compassion. It's normal to feel resistance or frustration when facing challenges, and it's okay to struggle with acceptance at times. Be gentle with yourself and recognize that building resilience is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate small victories, like recognizing when you're overthinking and choosing to let go, or finding peace in a moment of uncertainty. By building resilience through acceptance, you create a foundation of strength and calm that helps you navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Acceptance frees you from the grip of overthinking, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: growth, connection, and living fully in the present. With acceptance, you not only weather life's storms, you thrive in their wake, emerging stronger, wiser, and more at peace. Chapter 17. Master the Art of Letting Go. Letting go is one of the most transformative skills you can develop to free yourself from overthinking and reclaim your mental peace. It's not about giving up or ignoring challenges. It's about releasing the emotional and mental burdens that weigh you down. Letting go allows you to move forward, unshackled by past regrets, present worries, or future uncertainties. It's about trusting yourself, trusting the process of life, and embracing freedom. Letting go begins with recognizing what you're holding on to. Overthinking often stems from clinging to things you can't change, like past mistakes, the need for approval, or the illusion of control over the future. Take time to reflect on what's occupying your mind. Are you replaying a conversation, worrying about how others perceive you, or obsessing over a decision? Identifying these mental anchors is the first step to releasing them. A crucial part of letting go is acknowledging your emotions without judgment. Overthinking often amplifies feelings of guilt, anger, fear, or regret. Instead of suppressing these emotions or trying to rationalize them away, allow yourself to feel them fully. Journaling can be a helpful tool for this process. Write down your thoughts and emotions, giving them space to exist without trying to fix or control them. This act of acknowledgement helps you process your feelings and prepares you to let them go. Learning to separate yourself from your thoughts is another essential aspect of letting go. Overthinking creates a false sense of identity, where you become overly attached to your thoughts and believe they define you. Practicing mindfulness helps you recognize that your thoughts are not facts, they're just mental events passing through your mind. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating on a stream. Instead of clinging to them, let them drift by. This detachment allows you to observe your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for letting go. Often, overthinking is tied to unresolved grievances, whether it's anger toward someone else or guilt over your own mistakes. Forgiving doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. It means freeing yourself from the emotional grip they have on you. By forgiving others or yourself, you release the heavy weight of resentment, making space for peace and clarity. Visualization can also help you let go. Picture the thing you're holding onto as a balloon. Imagine yourself releasing it into the sky, watching it float away until it disappears. This mental exercise reinforces the idea that you don't have to carry everything with you, that it's okay to release what no longer serves you. Every time you practice this, you train your mind to associate letting go with freedom and lightness. Another powerful practice is to shift your focus from control to trust. Overthinking often arises from a need to control every aspect of your life, but life is unpredictable, and trying to micromanage every detail only creates stress and frustration. Trusting the process means believing that things will work out as they should, even if you don't have all the answers right now. Remind yourself of times when letting go led to unexpected opportunities or positive outcomes. Trusting yourself and the flow of life reduces the mental burden of trying to control the uncontrollable. Letting go also involves releasing perfectionism. Overthinking thrives on the belief that everything must be perfect before you can move forward. Letting go means accepting imperfection as part of life and focusing on progress over perfection. Celebrate small wins and remind yourself that mistakes are not failures. They're stepping stones to growth. Practicing gratitude helps reinforce the mindset of letting go. When you focus on what you're grateful for, your attention shifts from what you lack or fear to what you already have. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reminds you of the abundance in your life, making it easier to release worries about the future or regrets about the past. Each day, reflect on 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small. This simple practice fosters contentment and reduces the mental clutter that fuels overthinking. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you learn to let go. Letting go is not a one-time event, it's a continuous practice. There will be days when it feels easy, and days when it feels almost impossible. That's okay. Remind yourself that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Each time you let go of a worry, a regret, or a fear, you're strengthening your ability to move forward with freedom and peace. Mastering the art of letting go doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or difficult emotions. It means you'll have the tools to navigate them with grace and resilience. Letting go frees you from the grip of overthinking, allowing you to live in the present, embrace uncertainty, and trust in your ability to handle whatever life brings. It's not about losing, it's about gaining the clarity, space, and strength to create a life of peace and purpose. Chapter 18. Harness the Power of Purpose. Overthinking often thrives in a mind without direction. When you're unclear about your purpose or goals, your thoughts tend to wander, leading to confusion, doubt, and endless what-if scenarios. Harnessing the power of purpose provides clarity, focus, and a sense of meaning that naturally quiets overthinking. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and actions so you can move forward with confidence and peace of mind. Purpose doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It's simply about identifying what gives your life meaning and fulfillment. This could be nurturing your family, pursuing a career you love, helping others, or developing your personal growth. When you're connected to your purpose, your mind becomes less preoccupied with trivial worries and more focused on what truly matters. Purpose gives you a reason to let go of overthinking because it anchors your energy in actions that align with your deeper values. Finding your purpose begins with self-reflection. Ask yourself, what truly excites me? What am I passionate about? What would I pursue even if no one else noticed or cared? These questions help you uncover what brings you joy and motivates you. Reflect on moments when you felt the most alive or fulfilled. These experiences often hold clues to your purpose. Purpose isn't always about a singular path. It can evolve and grow with you over time. Once you've identified your purpose, use it as a filter for your decisions. Overthinking often arises from trying to weigh every possible option or outcome. Purpose simplifies this process by providing a clear direction. For example, if your purpose involves helping others, you can focus on opportunities that allow you to make a positive impact and let go of options that don't align with that goal. Purpose eliminates unnecessary mental clutter and keeps you aligned with what's truly important. Setting purposeful goals is another powerful way to reduce overthinking. When your goals are connected to your purpose, they give your mind a clear focus and prevent it from getting lost in endless loops of doubt or distraction. Break your goals into small, actionable steps to make them more manageable. For example, if your purpose is to improve your health, set a goal to exercise 3 times a week or prepare nutritious meals. Each step you take reinforces your sense of purpose and quiets the overthinking mind. Purpose also helps you reframe challenges and setbacks. Overthinking often magnifies problems, making them feel insurmountable. But when you're grounded in your purpose, challenges become opportunities to grow and strengthen your commitment. For instance, if your purpose is to write a book and you face writer's block, instead of overthinking and doubting your abilities, you can view it as part of the creative process and find ways to push through. Purpose gives you the resilience to stay focused and move forward, even when things get tough. Gratitude is closely tied to purpose and can enhance its power. When you're grateful for the progress you've made and the opportunities you have to pursue your purpose, it reinforces your motivation and reduces overthinking about what's missing or imperfect. Take time each day to reflect on how your actions are contributing to your purpose and the positive impact they're having, no matter how small. This practice helps you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. Living with purpose also involves staying present. Overthinking pulls you into the past or future, but purpose anchors you in the present moment. It reminds you that every step you take, no matter how small, contributes to a greater whole. By focusing on the task at hand and trusting that it aligns with your purpose, you naturally quiet the noise of overthinking and stay engaged in meaningful action. Visualization can help you connect with your purpose on a deeper level. Take a moment to imagine yourself living a life fully aligned with your purpose. What does it look like? How do you feel? What impact are you making? This visualization reinforces your commitment to your purpose and gives you a clear mental image to guide your actions. When overthinking arises, you can return to this vision as a reminder of what truly matters. Purpose also empowers you to let go of distractions and unnecessary worries. When you're focused on what's meaningful to you, it's easier to let go of things that don't serve your purpose. You stop overthinking about minor issues or seeking approval from others because you're driven by something greater than fleeting opinions or superficial concerns. Purpose aligns your energy with your values, creating a sense of clarity and freedom. Be patient and flexible with your purpose. Overthinking can arise when you feel pressured to define your purpose perfectly or fear that you're not living up to it. Remember, purpose isn't static. It evolves as you grow and change. Trust that you're on the right path, even if it feels uncertain at times. Purpose isn't about having all the answers. It's about moving forward with intention and letting your journey unfold. Harnessing the power of purpose transforms how you approach life. It provides clarity, focus, and resilience, helping you let go of the overthinking that keeps you stuck. With purpose as your guide, you can face challenges with confidence, embrace the present moment, and move forward with a sense of meaning and fulfillment. Purpose quiets the noise of doubt and distraction, allowing you to live a life of clarity, peace, and intention. Chapter 19. Strengthen your self-belief. Overthinking often arises from a lack of confidence in yourself, doubting your abilities, second-guessing your decisions, and fearing failure or judgment. Strengthening your self-belief is one of the most effective ways to silence the overthinking mind. When you trust yourself, you stop overanalyzing every move and start approaching life with clarity and confidence. Self-belief isn't about arrogance. It's about knowing your worth and trusting that you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. Self-belief begins with recognizing your strengths. Many people focus on their perceived weaknesses, feeding the cycle of self-doubt and overthinking. Take time to reflect on your past accomplishments and the challenges you've overcome. What skills, qualities, or traits helped you succeed? Write them down as a reminder of your resilience and abilities. Even small victories, like learning a new skill or navigating a difficult conversation, are evidence of your capability. This reflection helps you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Another way to build self-belief is by setting realistic, achievable goals. Overthinking often stems from feeling overwhelmed by big, undefined aspirations. Break your goals into smaller steps that you can tackle one at a time. For example, if your goal is to start a business, begin by researching your market or drafting a basic plan. Celebrate each step you complete. It reinforces your belief in your ability to make progress and achieve your dreams. Success builds confidence, and confidence quiets overthinking. Positive self-talk is essential for strengthening self-belief. Overthinking is often fueled by a harsh inner critic, telling you that you're not good enough or that you'll fail. Challenge these negative thoughts with affirmations and empowering statements. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I'm learning and growing every day." Speak to yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you'd offer a close friend. Over time, this positive self-talk rewires your brain to approach challenges with optimism and confidence. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen self-belief. Overthinking thrives on inaction, creating a loop of doubt and hesitation. The more you delay, the more your mind spirals. Taking even small, imperfect steps forward builds momentum and proves to yourself that you're capable of handling challenges. Each action you take, no matter how minor, reinforces your self-belief and reduces the power of overthinking. Learning from failure is another critical component of self-belief. Overthinking often stems from a fear of making mistakes or falling short. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Reflect on past mistakes and what they taught you. Recognize that every setback is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and improve. When you view failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock, you build the confidence to keep going, even when things don't go as planned. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can also strengthen your self-belief. Overthinking can be amplified by criticism or negativity from others. Seek out relationships with people who believe in you, encourage your growth, and celebrate your successes. Their confidence in you can reinforce your own, creating a positive feedback loop that helps quiet the inner critic and reduce overthinking. Visualization is another powerful tool for building self-belief. Take a few moments each day to imagine yourself succeeding in a specific goal or challenge. Picture yourself feeling confident, capable, and at ease. Visualize the steps you'll take and the positive outcome you'll achieve. This mental rehearsal helps train your brain to approach real-life situations with the same confidence and self-assurance. Gratitude also plays a role in strengthening self-belief. Take time to appreciate the progress you've made, the skills you've developed, and the opportunities you've embraced. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, helping you see yourself in a more positive and empowered light. A grateful mindset fosters confidence and reduces the tendency to overthink about what you haven't yet achieved. Practice patience and self-compassion as you work to strengthen your self-belief. Confidence doesn't develop overnight. It's a journey that requires consistent effort and kindness toward yourself. Celebrate small wins, forgive yourself for setbacks, and remind yourself that growth is a process. Each day you show up for yourself, you're reinforcing the belief that you are capable, worthy, and enough. Strengthening your self-belief transforms the way you approach challenges, decisions, and life itself. When you trust yourself, overthinking loses its power. You gain the clarity to act, the resilience to adapt, and the confidence to embrace opportunities. Self-belief is the foundation of a peaceful and empowered mind, freeing you to live a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Chapter 20. Embrace the journey. Overthinking often comes from an obsession with outcomes, worrying about what might happen, how things will end, or whether you'll reach your goals. This fixation on the destination robs you of the joy and growth that come from the journey itself. Embracing the journey means shifting your focus from where you're going to the steps you're taking right now. It's about finding fulfillment in the process, trusting the path you're on, and letting go of the need for everything to go perfectly. When you embrace the journey, you free yourself from overthinking and learn to live with purpose, gratitude, and peace. Embracing the journey begins with accepting that life is a series of moments, not a race to a finish line. Overthinking often comes from trying to rush through challenges or achieve results as quickly as possible. But life's greatest rewards come not from reaching the destination, but from the growth and experiences along the way. Whether you're learning a new skill, working toward a goal, or navigating a difficult period, focus on the progress you're making rather than how far you still have to go. Celebrate small wins and milestones. They're proof that you're moving forward. A key part of embracing the journey is letting go of perfectionism. Overthinking thrives on the belief that everything must go exactly as planned for it to be worthwhile. But life is rarely perfect, and detours and mistakes are part of the process. Instead of fixating on how things should be, embrace what is. Trust that every step you take, even the missteps, is leading you toward growth and understanding. Mistakes aren't failures. They're opportunities to learn and adapt, making your journey richer and more meaningful. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your focus from the destination to the journey. When you take time to appreciate where you are right now, you anchor yourself in the present moment. Reflect on what you've already achieved, the lessons you've learned, and the opportunities you've been given. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into sources of joy and helps you find peace in the process. Each day, ask yourself, what can I appreciate about this stage of my journey? This practice reduces overthinking by redirecting your energy to what's positive and real. Mindfulness is another effective way to embrace the journey. Overthinking pulls you into the past or future, but mindfulness grounds you in the present. Engage fully with whatever you're doing, whether it's working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying a quiet moment. Notice the details around you, the sights, sounds, and sensations that make up the present moment. Mindfulness helps you savor the journey rather than rushing through it, creating a sense of calm and clarity that silences overthinking. Trusting the process of life is an essential part of embracing the journey. Overthinking often comes from trying to predict or control every outcome, but life unfolds in its own time and way, and much of it is beyond your control. Trust that you're on the right path, even if it doesn't always look the way you expected. Remind yourself of past experiences where things worked out in ways you didn't anticipate. Trusting the process reduces anxiety about the future and allows you to focus on the steps you're taking today. Visualization can help you stay connected to the journey rather than becoming fixated on the outcome. Instead of imagining only the end result, visualize yourself enjoying the process. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, picture yourself training, building strength, and overcoming obstacles along the way. This mental shift helps you appreciate the effort and dedication required, making the journey itself more rewarding. Reframing challenges as part of the journey also helps reduce overthinking. When you encounter difficulties, instead of seeing them as setbacks, view them as stepping stones. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How is this helping me grow? Every challenge you face is an integral part of your journey, shaping you into the person you're becoming. Embracing these moments with curiosity and resilience quiets the overthinking mind, and empowers you to move forward with confidence. Building flexibility into your mindset is another way to embrace the journey. Overthinking often arises from rigid expectations, believing there's only one right way to succeed or one ideal path to follow. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and flexibility allows you to adapt without losing sight of your goals. Embrace the detours and trust that they're leading you somewhere meaningful, even if it's not what you originally planned. Remember that embracing the journey is a lifelong practice. There will always be new goals to pursue, new challenges to face, and new milestones to reach. The key is to approach each stage with a sense of curiosity, gratitude, and openness. Be patient with yourself and recognize that the journey is where life happens. It's where you grow, learn, and discover who you are. By embracing the journey, you transform how you approach life. Overthinking fades as you focus on progress, presence, and purpose. You learn to find joy in the small moments, trust in the process, and appreciate the beauty of the path you're walking. Embracing the journey doesn't mean letting go of your goals. It means realizing that the journey itself is the greatest reward. It's where you find meaning, growth, and peace every step of the way. Overthinking is a mental habit that traps you in cycles of worry, doubt, and endless analysis. It robs you of peace, clarity, and the ability to fully experience the present moment. This book has guided you through a journey of transformation, a journey toward mastering the art of letting go. By understanding your mind, cultivating mindfulness, embracing your purpose, and aligning your life with your values, you've gained the tools to quiet the noise of overthinking and step into a life of freedom, confidence, and inner peace. Letting go is not about ignoring challenges or avoiding responsibilities. It's about releasing the mental and emotional burdens that weigh you down. It's about trusting yourself, trusting the process of life, and finding joy in the journey rather than being consumed by the destination. It's about recognizing what you can control and surrendering what you cannot, creating space for growth, resilience, and fulfillment. Through the chapters of this book, you've learned to reframe your thoughts, embrace imperfections, build emotional resilience, and strengthen your self-belief. You've discovered the power of forgiveness, the importance of gratitude, and the beauty of living in alignment with your values. Each of these practices empowers you to move forward with clarity and purpose, freeing you from the grip of overthinking and helping you live with intention. Remember, letting go is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong practice. There will be moments when old patterns of overthinking resurface, and that's okay. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you continue to grow. Trust that every small step you take brings you closer to a life of peace and presence. The art of letting go is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and empowerment. It's about reclaiming your mind, focusing on what truly matters, and creating a life of balance and fulfillment. You don't have to have all the answers or control every outcome. What matters is your willingness to embrace the moment, trust yourself, and let life unfold as it's meant to. As you close this book, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You've equipped yourself with the tools to stop overthinking, let go of what no longer serves you, and step into a life of clarity and calm. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where you live with purpose, gratitude, and the freedom to fully experience the beauty of life. Let go, trust the journey, and step into the life you've always deserved.